Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. Merry not stupid o'clock. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. And yes, I'm still talking lightly. I'm in a lot less pain than I was in yesterday, but still healing, so yeah, I don't want to break open anything. Ow, 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 ow. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we get going, folks, a few of the usual disclaimers. Right, first off, you are going to see the link to this report right there in the description box, alongside the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject. Also, the template, sign your name, click on your senator, and the ever-present and self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rottenberg Center Down petition. Trigger warning: when we talk about the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones, alright? Okay, now it's 4:22 in the afternoon. I'm not brain dead, but let's face it, I still got puffy cheeks and I'm slightly mumbling. So if I snowball over any of my words, my apologies in advance, alright? Okay, going to where we left off, page 28. 8.3, Implementation Supplementary Aids and Services. Let's see how these people kiss their own ass, huh? Supplementary aids and services are defined as those aids and services which are not specifically designed to instruction or related services which enable eligible students to be educated to the maximum extent possible with non-disabled students. The program provides examples to a list of narrative of the kinds of supplementary aids and services that are available for students in the program. These may include aids and services that would be typically available in less restrictive setting, and their availability would be helpful when the student is able to be placed in less restrictive placement. Adapted text, enlarged print, graph paper, peer tutor. Okay, so even the state of Massachusetts, let me get this straight. Even the state of Massachusetts thinks that these kids should have to earn their right to have reasonable accommodations. Did I read that right? Because that's not how it works with the ADA, folks. That's federal fucking law. If a student asks for reasonable accommodations to assist in their education, they should not have to earn the right to be in a less restrictive setting in order to receive them. That's against the fucking law. Wow. And why the fuck should they have to earn their right to have reasonable accommodations? Maybe part of the reason why they're having their behaviors is because they don't have the equipment in order to communicate to your sorry ass what's going on in their heads. Light bulb. Moving on. God, let's see. Can it get? I'll never ask if it gets worse with the JRC ever again. 8.4, Program Modifications and Support Services for Limited English Proficient Students. The private special education program implements necessary program modifications and support services to serve efficiently limited English proficient students who need special language assistance. Such program modifications and support services are based on sound education theory, provide English language development, provide for meaningful participation of LEP students in the school education program, are evaluated and appropriately revised in the ongoing manner, and are demonstratively useful in assisting students receiving such program modifications and services to gain English language proficiency. Okay, Title 642 USC 2000 DCFR 100. We're not going to read all that. Not implemented. Who's surprised? No one. 8.5, Current IEP Student Roster. The program has on file a current IEP for each enrolled Massachusetts student that has been issued by the responsible public school district and consented to by the student's parents, legal guardian, or student when applicable. Legal standard. The program shall assign an educational case manager to each student. Implemented. Response required. Wonder why. The program shall implement all services on the student's IEPs. Okay, they're going to tell us that it's implemented, but response required. Why? And this will be the last, so I gotta cut it short and make it Paul Pizza. In the department's follow-up on-site conducted in August 2006, documentation review indicated the Judge Rotenberg Center had been utilizing an internal form titled Addition to Waiting List, language used on this form, such as drop counseling and drop speech OT, implied the school was not willing to provide these services when indicated on the student's IEPs or required. But, so why did you say implemented? Staff interviews and review of student records revealed, however, that the school was consistently providing all related services to students when specified on their IEPs. Did they? Because that's not what New York found. New York found the exact opposite. So, what did you do? Magically come up with paperwork? Probably. It's bullshit, folks. Additionally, staff were reinforcing the development of communication and motor skills in all environments. Really? Again, the New York report found differently, as does the corroborative evidence as provided by the victims. Immediately upon the department's recommendations, Judge Rotenberg Center removed this language from the form. Progress reporting and on-site review of student records will be utilized to verify continued implementation of the changed procedure. Really? So you all are just going to take their word for it. Are you even going to check up on them to make sure they're implementing it? Or because they removed it from the paperwork, does that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside? And on that commentary, folks, I'm going to close out for right now. We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do get removed from time to time, so please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this evening, and as always, we here at Smelling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.